Numbers, one of my favorite topics, but unfortunately, that's not true of the majority of people I talk to. They seem to have some kind of love-hate relationship with numbers, and they'd rather not deal with them, but I actually am the exact opposite. Hi, I'm Vin Sherman, the president of WOWzer Technologies. Today I want to talk to you why numbers are critical, especially in your business, really actually in your life. Well, one of the main things that numbers does for you is that it actually gives you a history. What do I mean by that? That means that everything that you do, anything that you buy, sell, or a part of is numerically inclined. For example, if you go to the store and buy any groceries, the way that something is measured is through a transaction, and transactions are measured by what? Numbers. Now, obviously, everything that you buy and sell is a dollar amount, and even if you're in a foreign currency, whatever the currency is, well, there's a number associated as well. So the reality is, everything is with numbers, and history comes from that. In other words, what it is that you've done in the past and continue to do will always be based on numbers. I actually say this to clients, and I'll say it again, that all you have to do is give me your past 3 months of bank and credit card statements, and I can really tell what you value, what you will keep doing, because it'll be repetitive. That's what will happen. So that's why it's important, especially in business, because it allows you to see, monitor what it is that's going on, and you can make better choices going forward. That's the beauty of numbers. And you don't have to like them like I do, but at least be neutral about them and utilize them, use them so that you can actually make sense of what's going on, learn from it, and therefore end up making better decisions. Why? Because the failure rate is really, really high for a new business. In the first 5 years alone, anywhere from 70 to 80% of businesses fail. If you're in e-commerce, it's even higher. It's in the 90 percentile. Why is that? It's because a lot of small businesses don't take their numbers seriously or don't even know what they are. They think that their bank balance, their checkbook, is the indication of where they're at. That's not true. Because what the bank balance does not tell you is that if you have any amounts owing, such as accounts payable, well, that's not subtracted from that. And also, it doesn't take into account any amounts not paid, which is your accounts receivable. It only tells you where your bank balance is at one point in time. For all you know, you may have 5 checks or 5 amounts that are about to be taken out, which actually, if you don't check it, you may actually not have enough money to cover it. That's why it's important to monitor. This is one of the reasons a lot of businesses fail. Oh, this is other thing too now, especially with e-commerce. Oh, I'm just going to get a website, put my product out there, and guess what? Business will come to me. Well, that's not how it works. Whether you're a bricks and mortar or whether you're an e-commerce business, guess what? To succeed, you must know your numbers, and to know your numbers helps you to monitor, especially in e-commerce, because here's the deal with e-commerce. In bricks and mortar, you may be limited by space. What I mean by that is your competitors are really in the same space locally. E-commerce is globally. And somebody can come along and copy your idea and maybe do it better than you do. So it's important to have your numbers and know how you're trending, doing, so that you can stay what? You can stay ahead of the game. That's why it's important. And big businesses, that's what they do. To give you an example, let's say you want to go on Shark Tank. Okay? Now the people on there, the sharks themselves, they're big business. Guess what they'll ask you for them to even have any interest? Sure, you can tell them about how wonderful your product is and maybe convince them, but they'll always ask you this. Now tell us about your numbers. Tell us about your sales. Tell us how profitable you are. How long have you been in business? How did you trend last year, the year before? Notice what they're asking about? Your history. They want to know that you're monitoring it. These are the questions I'll ask. And I've seen many business people go on there and actually convince them it's a great product, but they lose them the minute they don't know their numbers. Now, you don't have to go to Shark Tank to realize that, because you may want to go to a banker, you may want to go and maybe raise some money, or you may want to have another product launch. Well, without that information, you don't know your numbers, how will you make those decisions? That's a very important point there. You make decisions based on what you know. And if what you know is your gut and your bank balance, that's not enough. As a matter of fact, that's a recipe for disaster. So I highly recommend that you would do what? You know your numbers, they're very critical. Why? They give you a history and they help you to project to going forward. Okay? Monitoring them is extremely important, because how can you project anything if you don't monitor what's going on? It just doesn't happen. Why is that important? Because the failure rate is really high. You don't want to be a statistic. You actually want to be, not just survive, you want to thrive is what you want to do. And pretend you're going to speak to somebody like a shark, if you want to call it that. Someone who's in business that you admire and you follow for a period of time, and you want to ask their opinion or maybe even get them to invest. Well, if you don't know your numbers, why would they do that? And this is what allows you to make better decisions. We at WOWzer, we are AI driven, but people focused. The reason we're people focused is because we want to use the technology, that's the AI part, to help people just like you to succeed, to thrive, because your success is our success. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And also, I would highly encourage you to sign up for our free book that has a chapter on this topic, and use that to help you in your business. Have a great day. Ciao.